Like, it's crazy how much YouTube I watch. Like, it's probably about 2 hours a day. So I'm watching a movie worth of YouTube a day, but I'm doing research on what's going on in the world, and how things are being affected, and what's going on with all the crazy conspiracies that everybody thinks are conspiracies, but we're actually kind of figuring out that they're not. You know, I might be a conspiracy theorist and whatever. It is what it is, you know. We really do enjoy, I really do enjoy what I'm doing.
Yeah. We like doing research, you know. In the United States, a lot of people, you know, they work a lot. And it's hard to do anything except for work and then clean the house, feed the kids, and do the thing. So since we have a lot more, you know, time on our hands, we do a lot of research, look into a bunch of stuff, watch a ton of videos, and then figure out what we want to think, not what everyone tells us to think.
Exactly. So it's really crazy. You know, we've been really fortunate to be in this beautiful space here. I mean, look at this freaking view. And it's crazy because when we got here, our intention when we got here was to basically start fire performing at like hotels and stuff. But we never really got out there and really started, you know, we worked on this house and then we got super comfy and super happy here, and then we just basically continued our vacation is what happened. And it's been this wonderful like turn of events, and we've built this really epic space that we don't ever really want to leave. But at the same time, it's like we live in a world where being in Cabo, we have to work to pay the rent. And that's basically the dynamic here. There's a huge difference between what we're talking about doing in Tepic, Atonalisco, is we're talking about going to a place where we don't have to pay rent. Where we can basically use the adobe that's on the land to build our own homes. To, you know, if you think about how much we've accomplished here in the time that we've been here, I mean, we've done so much. And it's crazy to really think about how much we've actually accomplished in our time here. You know, and we didn't put a whole ton of, we put a lot of work and effort into it, but we didn't put in the kind of work and kind of effort that we're talking about at the Atonalisco Ranch. We're literally talking about building this place and starting from the ground up. We're like, from the ground up, like literally domes and pyramids and yeah, tell them.
Domes and periods of magic.
Yeah, we're gonna literally have like, it's gonna be someplace that like fairies and unicorns want to come and hang out all day, every day. But it's gonna be one of those places that is like literally people are gonna come and be like, this. It's kind of like Burning Man, right? Burning Man or all these other festivals that are going on right now. You know, it's basically that same concept. It's that same concept. It's so funny because the sun right now is perfect here, but because there's a bunch of Tupperwares and everything else over here, it's really difficult. And I've still got kind of a mess because this is my workspace too. Still got kind of a mess here, so it's like really difficult for me to show you guys a good camera angle where I have the sun on my face and where you can actually see the prop wall and all the beautiful crystals and stuff and Audrey. So it's a weird thing. Anyhow, you know what? I'm gonna just take a seat here on my crazy little comfy bench couch thing. So we're having a moment here where we're kind of telling you guys what we're thinking, what's going through our minds. You know, we've got a lot of stuff coming here. I've got a ton of footage that I haven't actually really even started working on, essentially. And there we go. That looks fun. Yeah, you gotta, yeah. There you go. Yeah, so we have a ton of ideas and just concepts that we're ready to really roll out and start getting out to the world. I mean, I've got books, I've got writings, I've got art to like concepts for art. I literally have everything to make a foundry. I haven't showed you guys anything. It's so funny because this whole video log thing has just been kind of like haphazardly done, and And I don't know the right way to do it. I've been looking at stuff online and I see people do certain ways, but you know, it takes a ton of work. It takes a ton of time. And when people tell you that traveling is easy, they're full of shit. It's hard. It's really hard, actually, because, you know, you have this uncertainty. You don't know exactly where you're going to be. You don't know what's out there. So you got kind of like this.
It's essentially like overcoming hurdle after hurdle and trying to keep smiling through it.
Right.
There's beautiful moments in every place that you are, but there's also the hard stuff too that a lot of people don't show. Like figuring it all out.
Right. We wanted to show you guys that stuff, but I'm not even joking. Every time we like got the bus stuck or hit like the tope or anything like that,
You were too like
we were literally trying to get ourselves out of the situation, and it was like thinking about grabbing the camera on top of it was like the last thing on my mind. Like literally. Yeah, we met this dude in at Endira who basically like was like, "Hey, let me help you." And he like interrupted us in the middle of yoga. The first morning we were having yoga on the naked beach yoga, and he's trying to sell us fish. And then he basically just stuck around for like 3 days and come around and kept asking us if we wanted him to go and buy us stuff and
different experience
buy stuff
than you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't a bad guy in any way, shape, or form. He wasn't trying to rob us or anything. He just was, you know, hustling, and that's what they do here in Mexico. Is people are hustling. So it was kind of one of those experiences. That was our first experience in Mexico, and we spent a ton of money getting to Cabo, and we spent a ton of money on like our timeshare. And don't buy a timeshare. Don't buy a timeshare. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
If you ever go on vacation, just don't buy one. It's crazy. We just did it because it was like, oh, we're going to be living in Cabo for the next 3-4 years, and we're going to be traveling from there, and then we can use all the stuff for the timeshare. And
the thing is, too, is there's so many, like, fine detail stuff. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you have to be flying from the U.S. to use all the discounts. And it's like, but we don't live there.
Right? There's so many different things. It's just like it's like they tell you a bunch of stuff to sell you. And it's crazy because we love this place. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful place to go. But we haven't been utilizing it to, you know, I mean, we paid over $4,000 already into it, you know, and it's like, that's a lot of money to put into something.
Buy how many hectares?
We could literally buy like 10 hectares of property in Atonalisco and Nayarit.
2 acres over there for what we paid to stay here.
It's insanity.
It's just...
Yeah. So it's
Where we're
like,
going.
so it's crazy because it's basically taken everything we've gotten to get where we're going, and we're still not even there yet. And then we were thinking we were going to make a bunch of money working here, and the crazy thing is that, you know, we just continued our vacation, and we didn't even put ourselves out there, and I haven't been flowing nearly as much as I usually do, which is freaking nuts, because it's like, it's literally what keeps me sane. You know, when I'm flowing, I feel like a completely different person. It's just like I become Kevlar, you know, the person that I've always wanted to be, the person that I aspire to be. And it's crazy because what we're talking about doing now is really actually, we're about to be over on mainland with our bus and all our things, and we're going to be able to, you've seen, you know, I mean, I haven't shown you guys, I can build absolutely anything. Anything.
It's true. He can.
And
I've seen it.
And YouTube is like my best friend, straight up. And anything I ever have a question for, I go to YouTube. I went to college for 4 years, and in the 4 years I was in college, it was just complete BS. Jumping through people's hoops. And you know, funny thing is I jumped through hoops on the whole class. Every class, jumped through hoops, you know, and I was like gritting my teeth the whole time. It's like, okay, I'll do what you want me to do. But the final comes, and it's like, okay, I spent all this time and energy like basically doing bullshit, and I want to do something that's tangible, that's real, that's for me, you know, for my final project in all of these classes. And I did. And that's the reason I graduated with a 3.33 GPA as compared to a 4.0, is because I literally got knocked down like 1-2 grades, you know, on multiple occasions for not
staying within the lines.
Yeah, not being a part of the standard rubric.
Even though his videos are like better than everybody else.
The little box that they're trying to put us in, these freaking little boxes they're trying to put us in, these boxes. And it was like, hey, I can't do that. And I even told him before the final, I said, hey, I need to do something that's for me. I'm coming to school. I'm not coming to school for you, but that's what school is about, college. It's not about you learning. It's about you just doing the bullshit. I really don't think it's about learning, unless you're going to like MIT or some like prestigious like art college or something. You never know. Like,
it's basically just proving that you can be a part of their system, be a good worker,
to be a good lemming like me. I did it. I did the school thing, and it got me into a bunch of debt. And the crazy thing is that this is gonna sound terrible, but I'm walking away from that debt. I'm just like not even. I went to prison for marijuana crimes, and they took $63,710 from me, a Honda Ridgeline, 19 ounces of gold, 33 ounces of silver. They literally took $9,000 in my ex-wife's bank account. They took everything, and then 2 years of my life. So, I guess maybe I'm minimizing or justifying, or I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing. But you know what? I got my 50 grand back out of them, and that's kind of the way I feel about it. We're here in Mexico, and the credit system in Mexico is a different credit system. So if I'm going to build credit here, I'll be building credit in Mexico. And I know that sounds absolutely insane. I'm the kind of person that wants to pay my debts. I really do, but at the same... And I have in the past. But I'm not the kind of person to let them take advantage of me. And that's just how it is. And I live by the beat of my own drum, and you guys will be able to continue to see this, because regardless of what happens, these videos aren't going to stop. We're just going to keep putting them out there. And yeah, sometimes I'll be super inspired, and you're going to get 10 in 1 week. And then sometimes you might not get one for 2 weeks. It's just the way it is, because I was working on this freaking video, it's called Mango Love, and I was working on this one about the mango orchards and stuff, and I worked on it for like an hour and a half yesterday morning, and my fucking computer shut off. And I was like, well, the autosave didn't work for some reason, and I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. I was furious. I was absolutely furious. And it's like, I've been working on that video for a while, and I've been meaning to get it to you guys, but I can't do that if my equipment's acting funny. So it's really interesting to be on this really weird, technology change. So as far as the world is going, we're moving into technology in like a unprecedented rate. We're literally talking about quantum computers, which basically it's quanta. It's literally like atoms that they're using to process on, as compared to zeros and ones, which is just insanity. So we have the capability. But once we get a once we get a legitimate quantum computer I think that we have already got them, honestly. The way that technology is moving, the speed that it's moving at, I think they're only releasing so much. When I was in the military, I got to see a lot of crazy things. But when I got out, there's things that I saw in the military that you guys have never even heard of. You've never even seen. It's the craziest thing. And that's technology that's I know of almost 20 years ago, and you don't hear hide nor hair of it now. And it's so funny, because what are they keeping from us? It kind of trips me out. So back to, I know that this has been a really crazy roundabout conversation. We've been talking about a lot of different stuff, but that's just the way my mind works. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So we have fire props to build, we have flowing to do, and I want to doing a bunch of I want to start doing flow tutorials for all my flow people. We have property to build over in Atonalisco. We have houses to refurbish, or whatever you want to call it, renovate. We have my dad's place that's been a storage unit for a while. We're going to renovate that. We're going to fix up my uncle's house. It's a nice house already. It just needs some paint and a little bit of other stuff, and then some cleanup outside. And then we're going to plant some garden. And then we're going to go to the mango orchard, and we're going to cut down a bunch of trees that are bad, and we're going to plant a whole bunch of new ones. And it might not just be mangoes. We might be doing like jackfruit. Yeah, geckos are laughing. Yeah. So we might do jackfruit or, something crazy.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and then we're
gonna feed ourselves.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do teak trees and stuff like that, so that we actually have trees that we'll be able to say on a definitive date, we planted these trees on this date, and when children or grandchildren come to see them, they'll know that we planted them, and we're talking about like the old growth kind of trees that are gonna be here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And they'll be here through my generation, and then the next generation, and hopefully the next and the next. So another thing that we've been really talking about doing is making sure that people get... I shouldn't be putting this all out on the table now, because I don't usually tell people everything that's going on, but we're talking about creating a center for... it's basically like a health and wellness center where people can come and do yoga, and we're going to basically do all organic food. It's all going to be grown on the property. When people come and visit, it's part of the visit. We're going to start building structures so that we can accommodate. It's kind of like bringing tourism into the area. And then we're also going to be working with the locals to make sure that their needs are met for the local economy, so that we can start boosting the economy in Atonalisco Nayarit. And the crazy thing is that there's some things that you have to sacrifice when these things are happening. And when you come into a new place, and I guess it's kind of like a gentrification, but basically once you come in and you start... I know that this is like a crazy term. I'm not saying we're doing gentrification in any way, shape, or form. But when you come into an area and you bring in a new people that have not the same culture, and then they continue to come in, we don't want it to be one of those things where people are pushed out of their homes. We want to make sure that they're all a part of it as well. So that instead of people coming into a different culture and then using their own culture and then changing the culture that's been established there already, we want people to come and experience that culture.
And honor it and help it to flourish and continue to be that way. Because there's not very many places like Tonalisco. It's it has character, it has a lot of uniqueness to it. We want to make sure that doesn't change.
Yeah, it's super magical. It's absolutely magical. So I think that one of the first things we're gonna do, because we should be there by my birthday. So the date that we should be to Atonalisco for sure is, our rent is up here next month. So it's February now. And so by the end of March, which is the end of spring break also, that'll be a fun time. So we can basically go out, and we went out.
Go out with a bang.
Yeah. We went out last night. Tell them about it, love. Tell them about it.
Oh my gosh. So we went out, and it's not really our scene. We don't really like it very much. And we kind of went out there trying to keep our minds open.
What is the scene? What is the scene? Tell them what the scene is.
The bar scene.
Yeah, right. The clubs. Bars, clubs.
Yeah. We were like walking downtown, and we're like, the thing. And we actually were walking to our car, kind of got lost and turned around. So we just kept walking. We passed by this little bar, and there was like some, people there and stuff. And we just kept walking, and I was like, why don't we just grab a drink? Just one, So we turn around, go and have a drink, and as soon as we get there, everyone's like, oh, hey, like, how are you doing? Talking to us and stuff. I was like, this is cool. And they're like, you have to try the scorpion shot. And I'm like, okay,
yeah.
Like, what is that? And
Scorpion
like,
shot.
To show you. I'm like, okay, so is that like a name of like a shot or something? Like, what's all in that? He's like, pours this tequila, sticks a scorpion.
It's a literal scorpion in there, like that big.
And he's like, here you go. And I'm like,
I looked at I look at it and I see the stinger, and it's like this perfect little barbed stinger. I'm like, oh shit.
Needless to say, we took the shot.
Alright, so we're shooting scorpion shot. You can see there's scorpions in there. Yeah. They said just to swallow it apparently, so let's swallow it. Let's see what happens. Alright, cheers. Cheers. To your team. Woo! You got it. 1, 2, 3.
Come on, you can do it. Alright, I'm not happy about one more. Show us a scorpion. Show us a scorpion. There it is. Go.
This is you, but like
Down the hatch.
should have chaser. Oh my god. She should have chaser.
Yeah! I'm not going to
I can't believe I just did that. And we still have some scorpions hanging out in our bellies, so that's cool, I guess.
Or in our gut. They're in our intestines by now.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
right.
I think it's like running around there like biting stuff.
Anyways, we met some really wonderful, beautiful people, and that showed us a lot of just a lot of kindness, which is wonderful. And we ended up dancing and having just a really fun night. It was amazing.
And I was so butthurt because my phone, I use my phone, my V20 phone, LG V20 phone, for literally all of everything. I mean, I use it for everything. It's better than my computer. It's better than anything it's a computer. And then I have a software on here that basically I can do editing, and I can just basically lay down and, take it easy and chill and, do my phone thing, and I'm making videos with my phone. That's like insanity, right? Well, it's crazy because I lost my train of thought.
His phone was dead and he was upset about it.
Yeah!
Because we wanted to show you guys our experience, but that one apparently is in our memory.
Yeah, we're going to do it again. Spring break's coming, and we're going to go out there, and we're probably just going to, be hippie people, if you catch my drift, for the non-Republicans. And we're just going to get oh my God, it's so good. Drink a lot of water and vitamin C, if you catch my drift. Yeah, it's going to be great. So we'll show you guys that one. I'll probably just strap a camera to my chest or something, and we'll run around like crazy people and then record the whole thing. And then, yeah. That'll be fun. Yeah, I think you guys will like it. Yeah. So we've talked about a lot. We've covered a lot of ground. We've told you guys what it is that we've been planning. And the funny thing is that with me is that I'm a dreamer. I'm a visionary. I like to make little vision boards, and my dreams come true. So if you look back at my first vlog, I basically talk about footsteps of reality and making your dreams come true. And I said it was time for me to actualize and basically start doing it. So it was for me, it was actually choosing to do so. And now we've done it. So the next one, as you get further and further on in the vlogs, it's just kind of running around aimlessly, no bearings. But this is something tangible. We have a tangible goal. We're we're on our way to Atonelisco. We're literally going to make this mango farm something that it's never been before. It's got so much usable property that doesn't have any trees on it or anything, and it's this is supposed to be a mango orchard. How is it that nobody's ever gone down and taken care of the property? It's because my dad's been gone for 30-40 years. And now that he's, I don't know when he's coming back. We don't know exactly when he's coming back, but the thing is that in Mexico, when you have a legacy, it's if you have a house or something, you don't just get rid of it. You pass it down to your children, And that's just kind of how it is, and that's the way it should be. And then your children should take care of you, as when you get older. It's the whole different dichotomy. So you'll see videos with my grandma, and my family is so freaking amazing in Mexico.
Actually kind of amazing to see the difference, because when we go and visit there, everyone's taking care of grandma and making sure she has everything she needs. Going back to my family, my grandpa's really sick, and my dad's family has been fighting over who has to go and hang out with him and make sure he's okay and make sure he has everything he needs. So it's very different, and it's kind of beautiful.
It is. Grandma's had a couple surgeries, and there's been so many videos of the family on WhatsApp that they're just, everybody's there, and that's the way it should be. There's been multiple times when my family members have been in the hospital, and you go see them. You spend some time with them because they're your family. And yeah, they say that blood is thicker than water and all that kind of stuff. And I always say that you can choose your family, but at the same time, it's when we don't owe anybody anything in this life, but I think that acts of service are one of the most important things that we can ever get to. So the whole purpose of us doing everything we're doing right now, every move that we're making, is so that we can serve humanity. You know, get people away from the 5G. Get them away from their technology for a couple days. I know that sounds insane. It sounds insane. But there's going to be a big place for that in the world in the very near future. I mean, a big place. It's like every time we go over to family members' house that are underneath 5G towers, it's like...
completely draining.
It's draining. It's so hard on a person's body. And we're at that point now where it's like... we're going to build something magical and something epic and something that people can scarcely dream of. And the fairies will be living in the woods with us. And the fire performances that we're going to start throwing here are going to be on a whole nother level. It's literally, I mean, it blows my mind. I know what's coming. You don't, or you might. But yeah, I don't think you see the scope of the vision here. I'm talking about taking and making like a Burning Man, an essence of Burning Man in the jungles of Mexico with a sustainable community that's designed to bear knowledge, love, and light. Like, straight up. It's literally about informing people, showing them there's a better way, helping the body, the spirit, and the mind all at the same time, and making a change. You know, I've been saying hashtag log the change for a while, right? And it's this new thing that I've had this idea for a long time, but I haven't been implementing it, so it's hashtag log the change. And that's literally what we're doing. We're logging the change. We're logging the change that we've been making on ourselves. We've been logging the change that we're making, you know, in every way, shape, and form, and on the world. And we've only just begun. And I think that traveling is going to be a part of this whole situation too. And we're going to be showing you guys a bunch of cool stuff. So it's like, I asked what you guys wanted to see, and nobody's responded. What the hell, guys? Come on, right? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. What is going on here? People watch. You guys are watching. We know you're out there. This is a 30-minute video, but you guys are still out there. You know, we see what we're doing, see what we're up to. And if you just talk to me, goddamn, I mean, gosh darn it, just talk to us, right? Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know. Comment.
Or even just let us know that you like already what you see. And
right?
what you do in there.
Yeah, just yeah, exactly. And then just subscribers. We need more subscribers. If you guys could get us some more subscribers in any way, shape, or form, get the word out there. Share our stuff. Say, hey, dude, look at what these guys are doing. I know this person personally, or these people. They're amazing. Let's do some stuff. You know what? Because we're just as amazing as you are, and we can't do it without you, honestly. We need you. We need you. We want you to come and visit. We want you to be there for the ground floor of us tearing up the earth from the very beginning. We want you to see what it is that we have in store.
Yeah, we want you to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And share the love.
It's so freaking magical. It's just insane. It doesn't make any sense how magical this is becoming. Now, you've seen like a little bit what we've done here in Cabo. It's not even a drop in the bucket. It was like the drop was being dripped out of the dripper. You see what I'm saying? Into the pond of, you know, eternity. And it's just been falling, been like, so you've only gotten to see the falling. We haven't even gotten to our destiny. We haven't even gotten to our destination. So what you've seen so far has been the journey. And the destination, even though we have the destination, it's not the destination. The destination is 20, 30 years in the future here. And we're talking about creating a different life, creating a different world.
We're leveling up.
Yeah. Yeah, we're literally evolving in front of your eyes. We're evolving in front of your very eyes. Yes. So I'm going to cut this off at 30 minutes because we're right there. It's 29, 24. So you guys are awesome. You're amazing. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching. We want to keep doing this and making it happen. And, you know, we can't do it without you.
Yeah, we want want to be proof that you can do it too.
Exactly. You guys can log the change with a hashtag. Or not. Hashtags are weird. Just log the change. I mean, whatever you want. Keep being awesome. Keep being cool. We'll talk to you guys soon. And goodbye.